blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses or say of Sakwadie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you with these special expositions, Testimony New World Disorder, titled Humanity, They Are Coming After Our Souls. We have this expose being recorded on the 8th of November 2020 towards the commemoration of the very first anniversary of the cowardly secret killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings of Ghana. We would use this week for this very special anniversary and to get us some understanding as to how His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings was cowardly killed by the coward secret killers. Humanity and the nations of the world, we are bringing these exposés to let the Ghanaian people know, let humanity and the nations of the world know that it is high time we arose to stop the killing of the African people for being Africans, the killing of the Ghanaian people for being Ghanaians. It is not intended to bring more sorrow to the families that have been affected, and in this regard, the family of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. So we would do as much as we can to be very circumspect of the situation of His family of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. We also want to be circumspect for the fact that we know we are dealing with humanity annihilation situation as the killing of Africans for being African, the killing of innocent people of color, which thing has gotten to the land of Haiti, as we know and have seen. We want to acknowledge that for years this cowardly secret killing case have been before the International Criminal Court, The Hague. It has been before The Hague. However, being that political stakes, diplomatic stakes, and religious stakes in America and their counterparts in Ghana, the government of Nana Addo Akufo and his cronies, they have hijacked the Hague and would not let justice take its course, especially when any crimes against humanity involves the U.S. This is plain truth. If it involves U.S., they would not let justice take its course. However, we want to recognize that because the case has been before the International Criminal Court since 2012, and because the case has been before the U.S. Justice Department since 2008, and before it goes has been before the United Nations, the African Union, international authorities, we want to recognize that we are dealing with crimes against humanity, and we want to be tactical as to what we put out, because the more we put out, it helps them to know our evidence and information that we have, so they strategize to plan their cover-up. So we want to let the crime covering stakes know that we are not stupid. We are Africans. We are members of the human race, but we are not stupid. So humanity and the nations of Akufo to the program Testimony New World. We want to welcome each other in a special way by saying Akufo, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome. Enganjoni, Vindo, you are welcome. Kuso, Diwo, Tusanusenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, No, O, San, Dezua, Enkwan, Tehena, Mitash, Duboro, Pesalo, Vat, Bine Ivinit, Barigalus, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velkommen, Estan, Hozut, Walang, Anoman, Bienvenido, Namaste, Swagetam, Push, Amadid, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Wanyong Haminida, Wanying, Nyejeko, Anyamime, Nyejeko, Wezolo, Novio, Mia Wezo, Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Testimony in the World Disorder is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, yet have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with us by willful lies, deception, and delusion, having brought humanity and the nations of the world into this global helplessness. And they are using the current situation of the world to divert attention from what actually they are doing to the human race. But we are not moved in a sense that by this same program, we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, and divine insight that we may know what to do. We are called to occupy till the Lord comes. So we are not moved. Akwa to the program, Testimony in the World Disorder. Yes, humanity, we are not moved because I want to announce to the noble American people that, and humanity, that unimaginably, the entire US government machinery, state institution, private institution, um, corporate bodies, Internal Revenue Service, US Treasury Department, private institutions, they are all being used to shamelessly cover up these crimes, the killing of Africans, in a manner that shows no regards to any law of the US or international. And the crime covering sticks have been put above everything that is called law, and they do as they please. But we know that in the 14th century, 15th century, Africans were taken for slaves and property to be owned. Yet, in the 21st century, somebody want to tell humanity and someone want to tell the Ghanaian people, the African people, the American people, that they shall still continue to treat the African people as property and subhumans. And they have the right to kill the African people as and when they please. And they are doing it. But we are here as members of the human race to tell them, whether they be political, the political stakes, diplomatic stakes, religious stakes, that they should check their own ethics and principles. They should check the US Declaration of Independence. And our Bible tells them that man was created by God in his image. He was not created by them. So they have no right under any law, national or international, to be killing us for being Africans. Humanity and the nations of the world. I welcome you to the very first anniversary of the cowardly secret killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings on the 12th of November 2020 was when he was cowardly killed using the medical field. America, I want to call on you. Although there are millions upon millions in this nation who believe in US Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, who believe in the human race, and would not countenance for once this evil killing of the African people in the 21st century under global agenda. They are killing us, and we are saying no, we will not take it. They say, okay, then let them make it a global game of the killing of Africans and let them push money into it, because that is the way of helping African nations, willing nations to be financially resourced. So they print the money and use it to fund the cowardly secret killing of Africans. Africa, we are equal humans. It's what we tell the diplomatic, political, and religious states who have no regards for the African people. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. America, I want you to stand up with the human race, and we must get the U.S. Treasury Secretary, the Inspector General of the U.S. for the Treasury Department. He must be fired. He must be fired for his willful intent of covering up the heinous crimes of this U.S. undercover agent and the cowardly secret killing of the African people. That man must be fired. I have called for his firing at the U.S. authorities. At the appointed time, you will know how evil he has been with his office. Akwa to the program Testimony New World Disorder, Humanity and the Nations of the World. In the cowardly killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, which would give the Haitian noble people of Haiti a better understanding as to which forces, why the Haitian president was killed. I need you to understand that there have been two major companies in America which was used in the killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. In the networking, for the eventual killing of His Excellency, one of the company is called 7-Eleven store on the Henderson corner in Germantown, Maryland. 7-Eleven store, Henderson corner, Germantown, Maryland. America, humanity, and the nations of the world. It will blow your mind that in disregard for the US Constitution and everything that is called law, some companies who were willfully used in the killing of the African people and in the covering up of the crimes and have gotten before the US Justice Department, somebody have found means and is closing down those stores and let the owners of the store flee America. Can you imagine that? That 7-Eleven store, Henderson Corner, the owners that were the store has been sold after the killing of Jerry John Rawlings, and they have made to flee. Another store, which played a front, which acted as a frontier for the coward secret killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, is a company that is owned. It's a store. You should not think of this company as like a huge company as maybe like Sam's Club or no. Although Sam's Club, Walmart, they have all been used at the point for the cowardly secret killing of Ghanaians. But these stores that I mentioned, they are just some tiny stores. One of the stores that I'm talking about is called, which was used for the agenda to kill His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. That store is called All African food stores. All African food stores. It is located in the city of Gettysburg, Maryland. These two companies, they were companies that I was working for in the year 2000 and the year 2020, prior to the killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. And these companies were used by the Montgomery County Police, the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C., the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, the Trump administration, the FBI. They operated these stores behind the scene based on a specially designed program. There is no other store that operates in the same way as the stores that I work for. No, not even one. When you watch the movie, let me give you an example. The American people know that the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Intelligence Community of America, the police, they can infiltrate any company and run it behind the scene. Ghana and other parts of the world, which is not technologically intelligently advanced, cannot understand how it will be possible for. They just recruit the customer base and use the database of the store and run it behind the scene. Let me give you an example. You have watched the movie Wanted. Wanted. It came out. Wanted. It came out in 2007. Thereabout during the peak of the crimes of this U.S. undercover agent. Wanted. The movie Wanted. Let me speak as an African. Wanted. Okay. In that movie, you see a meat cutting industry. You see also a cotton in cloth industry, like a yarn industry. And you know that from that movie, it was all about it was how like intelligence forces can take over company and operate it behind us. You enter there and you would think that everything is normal, but it is never so. If you happen to fall within into such company or such store, you are just living in like an alien. You have no idea what is going on. That is how these stores, the Nigerian store. Let's understand that the store is not owned by Nigeria. The owner is a Nigerian and the wife. Now, the major, some of the, I mentioned some of the major brains here. One of the major brains that were used in the agenda for the cowardly running of the store to the cowardly killing of His Excellency Ron. She is a woman. She's from Kwu, the tribeswoman of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo. Another guy who is worth exposing is called Henry. Henry. As we go on, I would give us what qualify some of these criminals to be recruited for the agenda of the operating stores and the killing of the Ghanaian people. You need there's a criteria which, if you happen to fall within that, you will get automatic qualification to be used to as a member. We will get to know as we go on. But this Henry is one. This Kwewu woman. At the appointed time, I'll show you their faces, their pictures. Some of them, I'll put their videos on them. I'll put it as we go on. The killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. Jerry John Rawlings, His Excellency, was not the prime focus of the actual killing prior to Ghana's election 2020. He was not the prime focus. The prime focus, the prime target on the kill list, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he was the prime focus to have been killed before the elections. Besides that, on that same kill list, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings was there. Her Excellency Nana Kunedu Ajiman was there. Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman was there. These were the four individuals who were the target to have been killed before the 2020 election to divert attention from the heinous crimes of this U.S. undercover agent. Because I was voicing out too much, I was exposing. They have attacked me on the ground, tried to make false COVID test reports against me. They were started chopping off my fingers. So any the prime focus, the individual who was supposed to have been killed, was His Excellency, my friend, Your Excellency John. He was the person that was supposed to have been killed, was purposed to be killed before the 2020 elections. But before the elections, months ahead of that plan, I started exposing some information to Ghana intelligently that the government of Nana Addo Dankwa, the Ghana embassy, they would get to know that they dare not touch His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ghana is aware that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has told the Ghanaian people that he is like a dead goat and doesn't even regarding the hatred from the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo and his lawlessness against him, which caused the life of His Excellency John Ivan Sufiata. His Excellency John Dramani said he's like a dead goat. Whatever you do to him, he doesn't care. He's not moved by that. So when in the Ghanaian political setting, when you talk about the goat, they reuse it to John Dramani Mahama is to refer to symbolize. They refer to him as a goat when they are targeting, when they are accusing him. So this is a known thing in Ghana. In operating of the store, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was referred to as a goat which was to be killed before the 2020 elections. And when they had come to the store to come purchase goat, they are referring to the killing of that goat. And as a part of the agenda, they were packing the heads of goats. The heads of goats, so many, to to commemorate their killing. I had to prudently transmit message to Ghana about that intelligence work. And the Ghana embassy knew that they did not try it. They dare not, because I have tried to expose something in line with that. Ghana and the nations of the world. What I did, I sent messages to a trusted friend in Ghana. The messages exist up to this day with that individual, and because it went as WhatsApp to my message, they exist up to this very day. Now, that was enough to hold the hands of the killers, coward secret killers, from taking the life of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because they knew that I have started sharing some information with Ghana, transmitting information to Ghana that has to do with the agenda to get His Excellency John Dramani Mahama killed. During that period, a sister, a so-called family member of the die-hard new terror network of member of Akufo Addo from the Kwewu woman, her sister, so-called family, died of cancer. That was what emboldened the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, that they must execute the a revenge killing must be done at all costs. But however, they knew that I have started exposing them regarding His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So their next target was Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings, Nana Jane Opoku, and His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. I knew that any of these three individuals could be killed just before the elections. But that of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings became so probable, 100% kill, when unfortunately a door of opportunity opened for the coward secret killers to hide behind that door of opportunity. His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings was taken ill, and the new coward secret killers capitalized on that. In the next video, we shall go into details. In the next, we shall go into detail about that. So when he fell ill, they capitalized on that to use the medical field to inject him and kill him secretly. We shall go on to in the next episode we shall get to that. But Ghana, that we understand that the sacrifice that I'm making on the behalf of our nation by contending with those that are killing our people for years, since 2007, when the U.S. undercover agent was set up in a marriage to me in a house of God in church. My effort and every step that I've taken to the United Nations, International Criminal Court, the U.S. government, the government of Ghana, exposing the killers of our people, I have done this at the expense of my very life, the lives of my two tortured and abducted children. It has come at the expense of the lives of my own family members, whom the new terrorists, the coward secret killers, in 2019 started killing them one after the other. So, what I had to do, the way that I used to hint Ghana to let Ghana be on the alert that the life of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was endangered. That is how best I could do. We might not see that as it being that much, but to the coward secret killers, they knew that I would expose them, and I'm exposing them, so they would not. It held their hands, and they were not able to do it. Let me tell us this: as far back as 2007, in August, this US undercover agent, through a church in Brooklyn called Brooklyn Tabernacle Church, which has been one of the main bodies for the advancing of these crimes and the crime covering, Brooklyn Tabernacle Church, they had infiltrated Ghana, that church, including the family member of this undercover agent called Bebet. In their infiltration, they infiltrated the Menchia Palace with an agenda of they getting Ghana totally rooted out before the 2008 elections and getting His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu killed. Ghana, what I could do was to blow the whistle to our nation, Ghana, and to international authorities, including the UN High Commission for Human Rights, sending a report that exposes that this US undercover agent, the CIA, they had infiltrated Ghana, and the life of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II was endangered. How I could, God used me to do to keep the life of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu. I did it in my own small way. And His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu continued to live and is living up to this day. To the glory of God, not my works, not of me, but the direction, the step that God asked me to take for the preservation of his life. Irrespective of what the step that I took, it was possible that after the cowardly killing of His Excellency John Evans Fifi Atamils, the Esumankwa Hene of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, he was still barbarously killed in the land of Ghana. Asante man, let's go check this out. If it is not true, if a man's security, the person that provides the security of any individual, if that man is killed, it is tantamount to the person himself being killed. So if I was making up a story and I was lying, when the Osman Kwahin, the protector of Otumfuo, when he was killed, shot and killed, that should have woken Ghana that they better took serious the endangered life of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu. Ghana, we are talking about the cowardly secret killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. All these must give us some understanding. In the year 2018, when I was in the land of Ghana, and the government of Nana Addo Akufo, Speaker Aaron Mike Okwe, IGP James Opon Bueno, they have hijacked the state with the CIA, the FBI, the new terrorists of Nana Addo Akufo. They must get me assassinated on the soil of Ghana, against the laws of Ghana, against international law. As part of their agenda to get me killed, and they persecuting me and terrorizing me in my own soil of Ghana. With the Trump administration, they took over the mind of a media personnel, flying her from Ghana to Toulouse, the United Nations. They were playing, manipulating that lady. Eventually, for the furthering of the crime covering, eventually, on the 18th of August 2018, the birthday of that individual, His Excellency Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, the diplomatic sticks at the United Nations, which were playing that Ghanaian woman, flying her about with the government of Nana Addo Akufo for the willful covering up of the killing of our people. The religious stakes, the political stakes, their willful crime covering agenda led to the loss of the precious life of His Excellency Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan on the birthday of that same woman, the 18th of August 2018. Tactically, Kofi Annan was eliminated. That was Saturday. On that day of the elimination of Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, Ghana, I took a step again. I left Tema for Kumasi to go meet one guy, Samuel Sarkodie, my own brother. That guy is one individual whom almost every coward secret killing of the Ghanaian people, he had been set up by the government of Nana, the terrorist of Nana Dankwa, the CIA, and the diplomatic stakes in America. They have set him up to try to get him entangled so that when the killing is done and I try to expose him, then I have to expose my brother to be killed. I had to leave Tema on the 18th of August when Kofi Annan has been cowardly secretly killed. I'm telling you that within the United Nations, they have their own issues, but they never bring it out because it is undiplomatic for the truth as to what is happening within to be told. On the day of the killing of His Excellency Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, the next was His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei again. So I had to leave Tema, go straight to Kumasi, go meet my brother on that same day of on the 18th of August 2018. What the Lord asked me to do was not any spiritual thing. He told me, go take your brother, send him to the house, Mensia Palace, the palace of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei. On my way to Kumasi, I was sending message to the same individual who had been manipulated by political stakes, diplomatic stakes, and religious stakes. I don't want to mention her name. She did not kill Kofi Annan, but just like they set up my brother in all these crimes, she was manipulated. Yes. And I had to send message to the individual on my way to Kumasi through WhatsApp. The message is on the individual's phone, letting her know that I'm on my way to Kumasi. When I got to my brother, the next day I had to take my brother to Mensia Palace. It was a tactical, psychological effort that God was making. The government, the Ghana Police Service, the CID, the CIA, they had tracked me everywhere in the land of Ghana. So they knew that I've left Ghana and I was going to the Mensia Palace. So my agenda, my purpose was to take my brother there. He is the person that you have been setting up in almost every of the killing. I took him. Let's go to the Mensia Palace. She didn't want to go. I had to do everything I could to take him there. We got there. He didn't want to enter the palace. I said, this is not where I didn't bring you as I wanted to go inside. He said they don't allow people to go. I went to the security personnel and told them I want to be there. My brother, come and let's enter. They allowed, they gave opportunity. Come. I entered. At the entrance of Otumfuo's palace, there's a lion, a statue of a lion. I stood by the statue. I took picture of myself and the lion. I transmitted it to the same woman on whose birthday Kofi Annan's life was taken. I transmitted it to her. At the Otumfuo's, I was taking pictures, knowing that the coward secret killers, the CIA, the killers of the Ghanaian people, the terror network of Nana Addo Dankwa, they were watching me. But I was also doing what I must do for the preservation of the precious life of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei. This is not my work. As I speak today, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei continue to live because what God made me to do, it was sending a direct message to the coward security killers that, hey, watch out. 2007, he blew the whistle. In 2018, this time he has entered Otumfuo's palace. So real trouble is at stake. His Royal Majesty Otumfuo has continued to live up till this very day. What I did for the sake of the life of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was exactly what God asked me to do, and I did it. In the next expose, we shall see what God asked me to do, to try to save the life of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings within days to his killing. Within days, not a week, and days to his killing. Ghana, that risk that I took and what I did, hoping that the Ghana embassy, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, the Trump administration, a government administration of another foreign nation, they would all retreat from the agenda to kill His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. But they did not retreat. They did not retreat. I took a step which, before them, they could have killed me immediately because they knew that I was exposing them within days to the killing of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. However God asked me to do, that is what I did. But irrespective, Jerry John Rawlings was killed. In the next expose, we shall get to know what Nana Addo Akufo, the diplomatic, political, and religious did in manipulating the family of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings. And then they cutting them off, so they took over the entire life of Jerry John Rawlings. And then they taking him out cowardly, secretly, using the medical field. The family of His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, noble people of Amuno, noble people of Ghana, I am with you. I am with the nation Ghana. I am with America. I am with humanity and the nations of the world. We shall stop the killing of innocent people of color in the 21st century because we are people of color. This U.S. undercover agent shall never get away with the killing of our people. Nana Addo Akufo and the coward secret killers must be held accountable for the killing of the African people. God bless you, and God bless my home.